So good day, everyone. I will discuss about the class policies, the guidelines, and the course description about the course Technoprenuership 101 for engineers, which is the ES19. So I will be your instructor. I am Engineer Martin Apabunales. I am a faculty member of the Department of Civil Engineering, and my office hours is for Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And if you have concerns or if you want to consult something, you can send it to my Carso email that is mlfabonales@carso.edu.ph. But currently, my faculty load is not yet final, so I will post it in our GC or in the LMS my final consultation hours. And we do have messenger group chat that is ES19 Technoprenuership 101 for engineers group chat, and the LMS link is tinyurl.com/masao-lms ES19. So before we proceed on the um, course orientation proper, I will discuss first the online classroom etiquettes. So as we transition to the new normal, class instructions have shifted from the traditional classroom interaction to virtual learning. So since this second semester, we can do limited face-to-face classes, but when we say limited face-to-face classes, it is intended for laboratory courses, professional courses, and even thesis or OJTs. Since this is pure lecture, um, my our classes will be on through online rather. So that's why I need to discuss this. Uh, I need I need to discuss this online class meeting etiquette since the ES19 is pure lecture, and the platform that we will do as of now is through online. So before the online class meeting, before attending the online class meeting, you take a shower. The reason for that is you will feel fresh and awake during the session. You need to dress politely and appropriately so that you will look professional and presentable. And you think of what you will wear if this was classroom learning. Because when I call you during the class, it's better that I can see you, that that you will look presentable and you dress appropriately. Organize your desk. If you have a study area, um, you make sure that your study area is set up that is comfortable to you and has minimal distractions, and you keep away things that might distract from listening. You inform your family members. You tell the members of the household ahead of your online classes, scheduled to avoid getting interrupted. Be prepared and on time. Make sure you have your gadgets ready charged, audios and camera working, and internet connection ready the night before. And you set your location a day before your virtual classes, and position camera where you can be seen clearly and complete a test run before your online class. So it's better that you are ready before the scheduled synchronous class. And like what I always do, I always prepare my presentation, my gadgets, that it must be fully charged, my camera positioned on the um, I make sure that the camera is working, my um, headphones is also working, so that there's no technicalities, no problems rather during the synchronous classes. One of the things you shouldn't forget snacks. It's okay that you can bring snacks during our synchronous classes so that you have um, something to eat while listening. Make sure that you cannot make sure that you make sure when you eat, make sure that it will not distract me during my class. So that's why it's better that mute yourself. To focus during your online class session, you sleep early. Consistently heading to bed and waking up at the same time helps maintain a healthy internal clock for our body. So it's better that you sleep early at least 8 hours a day, so that um, like like what I mentioned in the first statement, when taking a shower, it will feel you awake and alive during the synchronous classes. During the on-class meeting, you use your real name. It's better that you use your real name. That will keep things professional and scholarly, and always use your real name, especially when communicating with your instructor. Mute and unmute. Turn off mic when you are not asked to avoid interrupting your instructor, and pay attention to your instructor and get realistic as if you were in a classroom. While the teacher is discussing, you take down notes. It's better that you take down notes because jotting down important details helps you remember the lesson. And if you do not understand something, you ask questions. Don't be shy if you ask something. It's better that you ask questions during the discussion, um, so that you will never let a class session leave you hanging. Um, it makes you curious of the topic, and it will um, make you kind of understand well further if ever you ask further questions based on the topic discussed. After the oil and gas meeting, after hours of using your gadget like laptop or mobile phone, you take a break for 20 minutes to prevent an eye strain. At least 20 minutes after you use your gadget during the online class. Now, what is Technopreneurship 101 for engineers? So, Technopreneurship is a philosophy, a way of building a career or perspective in life. And this course covers the value of professional and life skills in entrepreneurial thought, investment decisions, and action that students can utilize in starting technology companies or executing R&D projects in companies as they start their careers, and the net result is a positive outlook towards wealth creation, high value adding, and wellness in society. So technically, our subject is more on an output based course where this is actually by group, where each group must create a business or technology idea. So this course is composed of 54 hours lectures covering from basic concepts to create and present a business plan for a technology idea. So modified arrangements have been made to facilitate remote learning and teaching, and all the materials such as lecture videos, lecture notes, and other learning activities like quizzes, exams, and assignments will be uploaded in Moodle, which is an online platform for remote learning. So the um, learning management system that we always use until now is the Moodle, which is what we call the Masao LMS. And the materials will be uploaded based on the projected schedule of topics in this syllabus. And additionally, Facebook Messenger group chat will be created to serve as an additional platform for students to be properly informed for any announcements. So I hope all of you are already enrolled, already a member rather, in our Messenger GC. And during the semester, teaching presentations of the students will be done online wherein they will present their business plan. Actually, before when I first handled this subject, the students present their presentations, their pitching presentations uh, through online. But since we can do limited face-to-face classes this semester, there's a possibility that it will be through face-to-face. So just wait for further announcement in the future. So there will be no prerequisite, um, meaning that all year levels can enroll in this course. That's why I when I viewed the class list, there are some first year students enrolled in this course. Actually, this course is offered during second year. Co-requisite, none. credit is 3 units lecture, and the class schedule is 3 hours per week. So these are the schedule per section. And for the class schedule, it depends if it would be Monday, Thursday, or Tuesday or Friday. So it depends on my announcement. So it doesn't mean that we will meet twice a week. So at least we must meet once a week for the um, Technoprenuership 101 for engineers. For the Google Meet link, we will be using Google Meet. So it will be the same for every scheduled or announced meeting. So below are the links. So these are already posted in the LMS. So you just click it and you will be prompted to the Google Meet site. For the criteria for grading, it consists of major examination, quiz, and assignment. For the major examination, it is divided into midterm and final, which both of these are equal to 30%. So for midterm and final it is more on presentation. So midterm is focused on prototype presentation, and final exam focused on teaching presentation. But um, this semester I will include individual exam, which is an objective type exam. Since last time, um, the first time I handled this one, I just consider prototype and pitching presentation as a requirement for exam. But this semester, I will consider objective type exam. Quiz, that is 20%, and assignment is 30%. So the difference ng quiz and assignment is that quiz is you submit the output and you present it to the class. But assignment is just submit the um, the assessment task needed. So that will be a total of 100%. So these are the topic that we will discuss per week. So week 1, so that will be the course orientation. Weeks 2 and 3, that will be the introduction to technopreneurship, introduction to design thinking process, and introduction to intellectual property. Weeks 4 to 6, that is ethics, social responsibility, and globalization. And week 7 to 8, that is customers and value proposition. And weeks 9, that will be the midterm exam. For finals, weeks 10 to 12, that is business model and market identification and analysis. Weeks 13 to 17, accounting for entrepreneurs, competitive advantage, raising capital, and execution of business plan. And week 18 would be final exam. So some topics will be discussed. It will not be discussed by me since it is not my forte, like accounting for entrepreneurs. Um, some topics will be discussed through attending a webinar or by a recorded video. So, for example, here in midterm topics, intellectual property, it will be a webinar, and accounting for entrepreneurs, it is also through a webinar. So you just check the syllabus that will be posted in the LMS. Course intended learning outcomes. After completing this course, the student must be able to evaluate and define the market needs, solicit and apply feedback from mentors, customers, and other stakeholders, experience the dynamics of participating on a business team, pitch a business plan for a technology idea, and develop an initial idea into a prototype. So these are that you need to attain after you complete the course. So these are the references. Um, you can check or search it online, but I actually uploaded two PDF in the LMS so that you can have a copy about technopreneurship. So you can download the PDF, upload it in the LMS. And for other guidelines or policies that was not discussed during our orientation, you can check it in the student handbook uploaded in the CARS website. Now let's talk about the vision, mission, and core values. So university vision, a globally engaged university excelling in science, engineering, and the arts. The university mission is the CSU endeavors to produce globally competitive and socially responsible human capital towards the sustainable and inclusive development of Caraga region and beyond. And its core values are competence, service, and uprightness. This is actually the um, abbreviation for or the definition, the meaning of the CSU, of the abbreviation CSU. Competence, which is the C, service is the S, and uprightness is the U. Actually, this vision, mission, core values are always discussed during the orientation. So, from your other courses or from your other subjects. So, I hope that you still remember these statements. For the college goals, I highlighted some important terms, um, globally competitive graduates with high ethical standards, continuing education programs to establish mutually beneficial linkages for sustainable and inclusive development, and to continually improve the delivery of services. So these are the goals of the College of Engineering and Geosciences. Now, I will discuss about the policies and guidelines. So, all provisions of the CSU Student Handbook shall apply. Second is mutual respect and scholarly inquiry are two crucial pillars of your engagement in the course. Respect for others is practiced at all times and in all places. And since the subject itself or the course itself is an outlook based, so each section will have list of groupings. So I hope that when I give to you the list of groupings, I hope that within the group there's always a mutual respect within the group members. Regularity and punctuality are desirable virtues with which students must develop. A regular attendance is required of all students. Actually, regular attendance is not technically required. Um, but um, I want all of you that to at least attend the synchronous classes, because we don't know if we cannot attend the synchronous classes because of some um, unforeseen or um, mga unforeseen na mga situations that will happen on that day. So, but since I always upload the lecture materials in the LMS, but I encourage everyone to at least attend the synchronous classes so that if you have queries or consultations or questions, you can ask it right away. And it's better that you attend the synchronous classes as early as possible. 5 minutes before the scheduled time, you must join the Google Meet. Academics as priority. Um, you focus always on your academics. It's okay to have an extracurricular activities, but as a college student, um, I want all of you that you must prioritize academics so that you will be successful on your future endeavors or in your future goals. As much as possible, students are to participate in class discussions and activities. So that's why every discussion, it's better that you always ask question or need to participate during our synchronous classes. Cheating is strictly prohibited. Any form of dishonesty shall be dealt with accordingly. So this one, this cannot be applied for assessment tests that is by group, but this is only applied if I will provide assessment test that is by individual. Consultation with classmates are allowed during seat work, board work, and other classroom activities that is except during quizzes or examinations. So this one also, um, like from the previous policy, this cannot be applied by assessment class that is by group. So I, but during when you do assessment task that is by group, there's always a consultation within the group members. So I hope that all of you must provide kanang magtinabangay rather on making the assessment task, because the majority of the assessment task is by group. And test requirements are to be submitted on time. So all major course requirements shall be submitted following the guidelines that will be discussed in class. So make sure that you submit the um, assessment task on time so that you will not be given a deduction or deduction on your overall score. Um, Just a continuation, alliance is given only to a student whose class standing throughout the semester is passing, but fails to appear for an examination or complete all requirements for the course due to a valid reason. So if you are curious, no, that why student will receive an INC, actually I experienced this one that um, before, some students, even from other sections, they receive INC and also failing grade. The reason why is that di sila mutabang, wala na sila kanang I mean, hindi na sila ni ay wala na sila ni tabang rather sa ilahang grupo. Um, Even wala na sila nag na communicate sa ilahang mga group members. So that is the reason why these students got INC or failing grade, and will be responsible for informing the instructor of other specific needs from your end. Consultation hours should be arranged with the instructor. So I will just give the consultation hours in the group chat and in the LMS, so that mao ninyo ang basis kung kano sa mo magpa-consult sa POA. Make up for specific requirements may be negotiated depending on merits of reason for inability to comply. So I would like to point out the number 10. It's your responsibility by group that you need to inform me if ever there is something problem within your group. So kung 9 mga group members na wala na dyan tabang, please tell me so that we can arrange that. I actually do that, or I always update each group kung kumusta ang mga group members, kung nitabang ba sila or what. And also kanang kung if ever manggod na uban group members wala dyan nitabang, that is what I did last time after midterm. I kanang rearrange the groups. So dissolve na ko isa ka group, then scatter na ko sa laing grupo. Major examinations. So exams are integral components of instruction and shall be administered by the instructors for the purpose of evaluating students' performance subject to applicable academic policies and standards of the university. So students are allowed to take a special examination under the following conditions. So you need to request for a special examination, and it shall be administered to the concerned instructor directly due to unavoidable circumstances. And it is the discretion of the faculty concerned to give a different set of examination from what was given to those students during the regular schedule. If ever the exam is that wala ka katabang sa output for the examination, like the prototype or the pitching presentation, most likely I will give you a another way to to submit the um, prototype or pitching presentation. Grading system. So the academic performance of students shall be evaluated and graded at the end of each term in accordance with the student handbook for undergraduate students. And just to show you this, this is the grading system. As you can see here on the left column, these are the general average, and the right column is the final grade. I will focus the 55 to below 60 that is subject to instructor's evaluation. So it is my discretion on how I will give the student that receive 55 to below 60. Usually, INC na mga grade. And students shall not consider the adjustments of the grade requirement as a right. So incomplete grade. So these are given to a student whose test standing throughout the semester is passing but insufficient to complete all academic requirements because of some valid reasons. So any deficiency must be done within the academic year following the incurrence of said deficiency by passing the examination or meeting the requirements for the course. So completion of INC grade shall be the sole responsibility of the student. So you're responsible to submit all of the necessary requirements, and I'll be the one who will process the forms so that I will submit it to the dean's office for signature and also forward it to the registrar's office. So these are some your rights as a student. So in addition to the fundamental rights guaranteed under the Constitution and subject to the limitations prescribed by the rules and regulations of the university, every student shall enjoy the following rights. So the first one is to receive primarily competent instruction and relevant quality education in line with the national goals and conducive to full development as a person with human dignity. To access their own school records, the confidentiality of which shall be maintained and preserved, and also to be issued with and to receive grades, certificates, diplomas, transcript of records, and other similar documents upon compliance of the requirements set forth by the university. Fourth is to express opinions and suggestions and access to effective channels of communications with appropriate bodies of the university and in the community subject to the limitations imposed by this handbook and other pertinent laws on defamation, to receive reasonable protection and security from destruction, malice, harm, and injury, and to be given full participation and equal rights and opportunities regardless of potential capability or disability. So everyone of you have equal rights on the giving kanang mga quality education or instruction or delivering the instruction. Next would be the responsibilities of students. So in addition to those provided for under existing laws, all students shall abide with the rules and regulations of the university and this student handbook, exert their utmost effort to develop their potentials and abilities in order that they become professional and asset to their family and to the society, promote the good name of the university, uphold the academic integrity of the university, endeavor to achieve academic excellence, and abide by the rules and regulations governing their academic responsibilities and moral integrity, exercise their rights responsibly with the knowledge that they are accountable for any infringements or violations of public welfare and of the rights of others, and conduct themselves in a manner not to discredit or dishonor the good name of the university. So these are your responsibilities of a student once you enrolled already in the university. Here are the norms of conduct and discipline. So the students of the university are imbued with moral character among other qualities. Also, the students of the university are imbued with civic conscience and patriotism, among other qualities, and they devote themselves to the growth and development of the Philippines. They put the welfare of the entire country above their personal, family, and regional interests, and they settle all disputes, problems, and conflicts through the channels provided by law and society, and they strive to bring about necessary changes through peaceful means. Next, I will discuss about what are the offenses involving dishonesty. So the first one is falsification of records. So these are examples of falsification of records that we consider as an offense that involves dishonesty. Also, any form of dishonesty perpetrated under any circumstances of an academic exercise. So these are some of the examples. And the most important, plagiarism. It is common, especially when you do your assessment task. Plagiarism is intentionally or knowingly presenting the work of another as one's own. Make sure that when you get uh, an information from a different source, make sure that you acknowledge them or you cite them. So that will be all for our course orientation. Um, Once again, I will be your instructor for the ES19, and um, make sure that you review the um, content, the class policies, and other guidelines that was not discussed in our orientation in the student handbook. So for our assignment number one, what you will do is you will have a startup business plan overview. So it will be submitted on March 11, 2022, 11:59 p.m. So you just select a research one startup business, maybe the same with another group, but content must be properly cited and not plagiarized. Can it be the given examples because I will give you guidelines. These are Airbnb, Instagram, Pinterest, and Uber, and identify the different parts of the startup company's business plan, and you need to submit it by group to LMS. So I will just upload this one in the LMS and send it to RGC, and I will give you the list of groupings so that you can start already your first assessment task. So that will be all. So I will see you on our next synchronous class for ES19.